barotrauma at some point. I'm gonna play some more barotrauma at some point. Has everybody gone over to the... Oh, they've already gone over here.
Yeah, I think that's just captain meeting though.
Oh, okay, in which case, stay away.
Yeah. I mean, I think that otherwise.
This just in, you're a peasant.
4 other squads.
Again?
Ouch.
Also
Ouch.
Oh, I was talking about the infantry, not you.
I'm the infantry
Ouch.
commander.
Oh shit!
Ow.
Hello, sir. Welcome
Ow.
back. I thought you were away from the keyboard.
No, I've been
Yeah,
listening to
yeah.
you this entire time.
Please.
Where are you guys staring?
Oh, I forget he has boil over.
The SL report.
Like, I got this awesome screenshot, and it looks like you two are about to like out back and fight.
Yeah? Well, that's what he gets
Maybe we are.
if he talks trash to me.
Thank you for the kind words, Cooper, today.
Where are we?
Sadly, it didn't make Major struggle enough. So that means I failed my job.
I'm also sorry if I seemed a little janky today, sir. I will confess I was listening, but I was recruiting someone the whole time.
Hey, good man.
That
That takes higher priority of me talking. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'll just listen to your beautiful voice and recruit people.
Major, did you announce the winner of the giveaway?
I did.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I did it at the very end.
Oh.
Not at ceremony. I broke off at the end of ceremony and then did it.
Oh, okay. Who won?
A guy named Skimpson. Skimpson. So I think he signed up somewhere in the middle.
Is that a fucking more...
Sounds like a good condition.
So
Ooh, I'm excited. I feel like third's going in a good direction this month. I don't know. I just got a really good feeling this month.
No intel.
well, just don't touch yourself in front of people, and the feeling will stay the same.
So, does that mean I should tell you about that thing Cooper makes me do, or?
Whoa, nah, we're gonna keep that a secret until I'm OCS, okay?
I was gonna say he has to make command staff member first before.
Yeah, after that
That's
we can
okay.
after that we can talk about our
Then-
shenanigans.
Then there's some quid pro quo going on. I mean.
Oh, speaking of Sergeant First Class, do us a favor and let us know that Objective Country Road is going to have anti-air and to be careful.
Alright.
Huh.
He
Well-
said to tell you so you wouldn't scream at him later.
Well, we should
Country.
warn Sergeant First Class that Tree Cap Death Range has a live Apache that is very angry.
For the box,
That's that's a warning.
Where the hell is Country Road? I see life as a highway.
It's south of the air
Oh, way
base.
over there. Okay, that's way over there. All right, yeah, you guys should be
It's
good.
below our phase line, but we're gonna fly. Well, we should be fine, but it's like a 3-click. We just have to give it a wide berth.
Copy.
Oh, we're not flying. We're gonna be at the airbase in the
We're not
south.
flying.
Hey, X, thanks, guys.
your convoy.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
Gonna go just teleport to airbase Growler.
Commanders take charge and start briefing
Growler?
your men on
Growler.
radio protocols. And
Oh,
we
sexy.
will start to expect the first.
Okay, well, yeah. LZ Chinaman, then we'll have to be careful.
Intel on the top right.
And Objective Miata.
However, I'm still waiting for the Apache pilots to actually show up.
And then you like
Yeah, where are you at?
calculate how you have to.
Well, DOTPR'd, right?
DOTPR, he's again doing
working.
police stuff.
Yeah.
Murphy's TPRing, hopefully.
love to use it, but
And
We
then
wish.
Tracy forgot about ceremony. His
That's
little
fine.
did
He
go
has
off,
he had a
so-
TPR in.
Okay, he's gonna try to come in, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to fly with him, see his skill level.
I mean,
He's
if
pretty decent.
Yeah.
At least I think.
if they don't show up, we're gonna have a very short FTX for today.
Honestly, that's okay. I wouldn't mind getting some just like overall flying. Like I said, I do have questions about the actual instruments and what they stand for inside the cockpit.
Yeah,
That would be
I want to
nice
check out
to
one of
learn
those
about.
new birds.
Sir, I don't mean to excite you, but I'm very excited when I say you can play Pong in the Black Hawk cockpit. I shit you not.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
the pilot and co-pilot can play Pong, which is perfect for the stallion pilots. Because you're waiting at base, right, to do inserts and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So you could literally just play Pong.
My sweetheart.
Okay.
Hello, Kidon.
Hi,
hello,
Kevin.
Major.
Hey, look, his body's fixed.
My sweetheart, Nikias.
Why does everyone treat 3-cap like it's a plague?
Well, not a plague, but obviously, you know, any disease you guys got is transferable. So.
I mean, well, thankfully we're not the Marine Corps. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't swap spit.
Who put the 3-cap flag on me?
Someone
I
did.
don't know. I thought you did.
I mean,
I
I approve.
Yeah, can I have a flag? How do I get a flag?
No,
Oh,
you're not
oh,
going
tell
with
me.
flags.
That's sad. I'm
All right,
disappointed.
gonna go check in with the other squads.
Okay, so if you guys will open up your maps, and you will look on your maps, you'll see a bunch of random shit. Now, mind you, we are only worried about the yellow stuff. You wanna know why? Because we are the yellow convoy. All right, got it. Yep. Any questions on that? We are the yellow shit. Do not follow the red shit. Just the yellow shit. Got it?
In the future, you will be. What we're gonna do first?
Dismount.
Herringbone does not mean dismount.
No?
Those are two
All
separate
right.
calls.
Okay, yeah, that was what I was sort of.
Look at this good-looking outfit.
Hello, Flash. How can I help?
Look at this good-looking outfit.
You're on Whisper, mate.
Okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
you're super quiet.
ready, we'll go ahead and congregate just outside over there,
I have a lot of work.
and
to do.
we'll brief.
So quickly, if each of you want to hit your self-interact key, there's a get patch
Yeah.
on there, and then go under normal patch, and you should. Oh, where the hell is it? It's not there yet.
No, it's not there yet.
I was told it was installed. All right, I gotta go smack some faces together.
Ceremony earlier as well. Yeah.
Is it in the arsenal at all?
No, it's not been added yet.
Damn it.
Give it time. Give it time.
Unacceptable.
I know. I'm looking forward to it.
Because we're gonna need some more attack.
All right, boys. Well, frack me, I guess.
You rolling in the convoy today?
I'm gonna be splitting between both. I want to check out that new Blackhawk that they just put in. Make sure it meets some expectation. Is Tracy loading in? I think he's loading in.
He's away.
Is he?
I don't know where. I haven't seen him all day. I don't know where he
Gotcha.
is.
Actually, wait. I think he did put a TPR in, if I recall. But
Possibly.
um,
I know that he was out drinking loads last night, so he may be still dealing with the repercussions of that.
and he didn't share. What the hell?
Well, I'm pretty set on this guy.
That's
Yeah, he didn't pour some spear onto his microphone, honestly. How
To be
did
fair,
So by the time
Moffat's in a worse shape.
Alright, we
What
should
the hell
probably,
happened?
all right, boys. Go over there and get some briefing done.
He had a throat ache, which has developed into a lung ache.
Oh. Cancer? Oh, I see the yellow sign of doom.
No, that's
I
not
do
us.
have a question for you, though, not as a warrant officer, but as RO. You said you're actively looking
No.
for chief still, right?
What's up, you beautiful people?
All right, settle down. So, if you are your respected squad leader, or just a representative from that squad, I would request.
So we
that
got,
you
what,
be on
Babel and Errors leading?
0 for short range, just so I have situational awareness of what's going on.
Yeah, they're
the ground.
Convoy commanders today.
That way I can issue
Copy.
orders to
Good.
guys
We got
individually.
Shade joining in. We can throw him wherever he said.
You know, so like, shit not all messy-wessy, waiting for somebody to tell us.
Is there gonna be some chunky ass fucking convoys? I'm excited to see what happens.
Yo.
Players network did not meet server speed requirements. Uh-oh.
No. So I am command and control, I guess. is how this
We need to throw those out the window. We need to like add another 0 to whatever that. Sorry, drop another 0 from that, because really it doesn't really matter if they're lagging behind unless they're driving a vehicle.
Yeah.
And getting kicked is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
This is not a PvP server, so
True.
really doesn't matter.
Any other questions on that?
Meters, have a look at Highway Hell. Like the warehouse there.
Go for it. Go for it.
Let's bring that up to winners. Let's bring that up to Tucci so we can get that fixed.
Yeah, we'll go.
Oh, yeah, I did delete that shit. Yes,
shit.
friend.
Permission to grab your.
Me. Oh shit! I want to check out the new birds with 3 caps, so I'm gonna jump over there quick.
I will not rape him, I promise.
I'm briefing. I'm sorry, I guess.
After?
Yeah, you got like 30 seconds out.
Okay, cool.
Alright, thank you for that, kid. I've never been a convoy getter before, so this is not. If I have fucked anything up anywhere, squad leaders or senior personnel, please feel free to correct me. I'm totally okay with that. I am not the.
So check this out. We got 2 convoys gonna be heading out. Be massively convoys. But today we're just going to be practicing some convoy security, so that's the whole point. Get some security going. Yeah, thank God you're not wrong, X. Not wrong at all. But one thing I want to check out is over here. We got a new Blackhawk that we just installed. I want to say this is it. Ooh, too far. Oh, my Lanta. Okay. Let me get in this. Control H for help. What the frack is this? What can I click? Battery switches. Instructions F. Checklist, navigation, fuel. Oh my Lanta, look at this thing. Anything up here? Battery switches. On, mouse wheel. Holy smokes. Look at that third ID patch. Now that's kick-ass. Move to cabin. Fuel data, mission system. Alright, so what's this say? Control help, interaction F. Lever next to knob, increase. Mouse wheel down, mouse wheel up, flight indicator standby, control tab. Way too much for me. Oh, I'm not hearing anything in game. That works. I guess configure audio. There we go. Just had to reset.
Anywhere, you know, we have to do a 360 security, and if we get contact, we can utilize these vehicles. But when we're assaulting, we're going to do it on foot for training purposes. All right. Corporal Duck, do you have anything else that you would want to say before we move forward into your own little, our own squad briefing, just to make sure the men understands everything?
Don't think so.
Copy that. So with that, again, gents, red is us, yellow, not us. Okay, pretty simple. And with that, what we would want to do is we're going to be using Convoy Net 3.3 The other half of the platoon is using 3-5. So we're going to use our normal convoy net 3-3. SLs will definitely speak on 3-1, and we're going to be working together to complete the objectives. With that, do we have any questions or clarifications on our convoy procedures and on our missions, the objectives? Done? Okay. I'm going to say it on the radio, but on unpaved roads, it's going to be 3-5. Paved roads is 4-5. Nothing over 4-5 for training purposes. All right, gents, let's break this off. Cool.
Afternoon, Major.
Howdy, howdy. Let's have some fun today, boys.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Gentlemen, with that, go ahead and
Breathing? Hello?
I was possessed.
You, Cooper. Alright, listen. I know you wanted to join
Seriously,
when you enlisted.
real talk.
We have open position slots.
So it's gonna, I'm gonna have me and probably locker room. I'm gonna have him carry as many malls around as he can. I'm gonna carry one.
Just talk
ready for
He actually, remember when he wanted to transfer Cooper's taking
I know. I'm fine with this. I already told Marsh and Greg. Marsh is gone for 2 weeks, so he's gonna have to wait a long time though.
But hey, good luck to you guys. Objective sounds like a fun
East. Bird, east.
Beer back myself.
There you go. Alright, you're a 1-2-1. Both of you. I'm going to take both of you in my vehicle. I'm going to be in the vehicle as the, I'm going to be with you, just watching over you guys. He wants to drive. I'm going to let the guys drive. Bird, you're going to be on the gun. No, I'm going to be
Yeah, keep you guys on 131 because I'm gonna have a lot of voices in my head.
It's not working for him for some reason. Once he loads in, I'm going to think he wants to talk to you, but I can't do that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, I heard, but I can't transfer you. That's smart, but he's not here for 2 weeks. I'll try my best with.
What was that? Say that again, please. Yeah, by all means, just ensure that it is 2 per vehicle going from front to back. I want first, second, and then I'll have my guys ready. Nicholas, you're gonna be taking the back. I don't know. So essentially, I'm just the command and control for this. Does that make sense? No, I'm not the squad leader. You can when y'all are dismounted, I will call out some things that do need to get done, especially if we're moving in like on the infantry side. But overall, you guys are in control of your. Yeah, that's fine. Bills, I appreciate the enthusiasm. Oh god, I'm so. Huh? Who's your +1? Okay. It's 2 per vehicle. So if y'all want Bills and Kelso can hang out. Yeah.
Pick 1, radio check.
Oh, yeah, alright. And then Nicholas. Yeah, but Donnelly's a corporal, and all of you are all on 131, so it is what it is, yeah? Yeah.
Right now.
Alright, I should probably. I have more time than everyone, but that's beside me. Hold on. Alright, guys, just to reiterate, our convoy net or long range net build.
Alright, I'm back. Had to grab some snacks.
Once I get loaded up first.
like this. Distance between each of the airframes is roughly 100 meters. You want to share too?
This is like grandma's house.
Well, we didn't have ergonomic chairs, so we got the comfy chairs.
We needed the armchair.
We also needed coffee.
Did you want to join in, sir?
Do you want me to go grab you a pot of coffee?
There you go. No, you have a seat too. You have a seat. You can listen to our little talk here.
Okay, that's good because I'm smashing my mouth full of food right now. So, hello. I got a thick pizza. This pizza is like an inch thick. This is insane.
All right, so back to the learning, boys. All right, as you guys can see, each aircraft has a distance of 100, not 1 millimeter, 100 meters. So we're gonna stay roughly 100 meters apart for safety reasons. Next, altitude in a typical V formation is. Wait a second, I'm gonna quickly put in a box.
That is sharp as hell. Love it.
Distance 100. Alt is 150 plus. So essentially, what the V formation or the the wedge formation in the flight is, just like in the infantry, it's a traveling formation. Usually you take it or use it to get from point A to point B safely and securely. You can even expand the V formation into a kind of V staggered or a V following. V following is essentially just, I'm going to put it in blue, which is essentially just a attack airframe at the very end of the formation, which has a distance from the lead airframe of roughly 300-400 meters. Again, safety reasons. They are not required for a V formation. However, they are very useful if we need them. Usually, or given the circumstances of where we're going, we don't know the full background, but given how we are in Turkey, and Turkey is a NATO member, I don't believe we are fighting the Turkish. Unlucky for you niggas. However, I'm gonna expect that we are either fighting resistant forces or, terrorist-esque forces in the region. Therefore, they don't actually have any airframes that might become dangerous to, our airframes, and don't have any proper air-to-air missiles, which again can become dangerous to our traveling airframes. Any questions to the V/Wedge?
Yes.
No.
PTS on cancer.
Yep. Go ahead.
So, in terms of the altitude, I know when I first joined 3CAP, you told me that typical travel is you want to stay between like 100 and below. You don't want to go over 100. So here you said 150 plus. Is that just because we're traveling? Or
essentially, yes.
So once you enter the AO, then you want to drop to 100.
100, yeah, 100 below.
Okay.
But as soon as you enter the direct approximately like 2 to 5 clicks out the AO, you will start to already drop altitude and go into the next formation, which is very, normal, that you already know, is again the staggered flight, or is not again, but it's staggered flight, like this. You can also replace, again, last airframe with an attack airframe, and or the first airframe with an attack airframe. It really depends on the mission and the
Sir, you're on Viking.
Oops. You're welcome. I'm just eating my hostess, alright?
Okay, what are you eating? A Twinkie?
Mm-mm. A zebra cake.
Oh.
That just caught me off guard. Alright, cool. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, you can replace the lead and rear airframe with an attack airframe. However, it's not absolutely necessary, and you can also vary on it and do a little, what I usually in other units called the sandwich. It's essentially this. You have 2 Apache airframes, directly above and below, or next to the, or left and right of the formation, essentially giving, what is essentially a 180 to 180 on each side, making it a 360 security around the airframes. Again, like the V or wedge, each airframe we always go like this. Oh no, that's stupid. Not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna make it this like this to make it simpler for you guys. It's 200 meters. Just again for safety reasons, and if you were 200 meters from the lead airframe right behind, the guy on your front left should be roughly 100 meters. Roughly.
Okay. So the person opposite of you, difference of 100. The person behind you, difference of 200.
Yeah, exactly. Again,
right.
Arma 3, safety reasons. IRL, you could go closer. You shouldn't, but you can. But we won't.
So the staggered is used for lower altitudes, not traveling.
Yeah, lower altitudes, usually hotter AOs, hotter airspaces.
What else is used?
It can also be used as a flex.
Okay.
Essentially, all of these can be used as a little flex to the infantry. But I'm not saying that we're doing it because of that. But yeah.
You're picturing trained stallion pilots flying staggered over the base right now, aren't you?
Kind of.
That would be pretty sexy.
It would.
I mean, what would be more awesome than in July here, when we have our 20-year anniversary, having all the 3 cab fly over the formation at the end or at the beginning? I mean, come on, that would be...
That's a long time, 20 years, shit. I can't believe it.
Could also add sticks swing and do an A10 flyover.
Yeah, we don't have.
We don't do fixed wing.
Yes.
Well, that's not true, sir. We do C-170. That counts.
True, you could fly one of those over.
Yeah, we can put an artillery gun on it.
Artillery gun on it.
Yeah, then we have a C-130.
C-130 Supermaster that's shooting artillery rounds.
Loadmaster. So, other than the staggered, are there any formations that are typically utilized at low altitudes?
Yes, the last one, which is the one that actually requires a lot of skill, which is the fire. Usually, the fire, which is usually utilized during landings. So this one is the very low altitude one. So essentially, this is what you're going into when you start the landing approach.
So this is what you're going to teach us to do, essentially.
Yeah.
Did you also say that it's very dangerous?
It is very dangerous. And therefore, if somebody in front of you starts desyncing, you don't have a lot of time. So doing that, you actually increase the distance from the front airframe to at least 200 meters. Until, obviously, you're at the very end of the at the very end of the landing approach, where you start, gaining speed to the front airframe, not gaining speed, gaining or lowering the distance to the front airframe to essentially have the LZ not be 500 meters spaced out, but instead, like let's say 100.
Okay.
But by that point, you should already be roughly 20 meters on the ground, already at like 20 knots or 50, 60 kilometers an hour. So you should be fine.
Yeah, so by the time you're on the landing approach, after being in a file, your airspeed's decreased enough that by the time the first guy lands, the second one can close up the distance, and then land, and then another one will close up the distance, and then land, and then it's perfect. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so today, when we practice this, am I to assume you will be flying with us to make it a 3, or are we just 2 helicopters practicing?
You're just going up for simplicity. We're doing it 2.
Okay.
Just again, safety reasons, or not safety reasons. It's easier for you to learn.
And what's our speed? What do you think our speed should be when we're on a final approach to land? Once we're in a file.
All right. So you usually So the Blackhawk has a cool little feature that it has wheels instead of skids. And skids essentially have the issue that they have a lot of friction. So when you start landing and you're going too fast, you start to do a funny move that I call flipping yourself and dying. And wheels usually tend to not have that issue. Wheels have a different issue, however, which is moving left and right and making a funny move, which is called rolling over and fucking die. So essentially, but your speed can be increased because of, you can actually start rolling. So instead of, let's say, 10, 15 kilometers an hour, you can go roughly 20 to 30 kph while landing. With the new Apache Blackhawks, we need to kind of test that again. I know that the Apaches have no issues dealing with that speed, so we kind of need to test that with the new ones.
Can we, since it's just the two of us, do like 1 or 2 practice landings here on the airfield just to test that?
Yeah. Alright, so those are the 3 major formations: while flight or transitioning in flight. Any questions to any of those?
Yeah, where's heavy right? Where's our echelons? I'm just kidding.
I mean, heavy right, left echelons, those are, essentially just wedges. Just, chopped off, so you can already imagine how that would work. You just go left and right.
And then you would have an assault craft probably on one side or the other.
Yeah, exactly. That would be essentially the heavy left and heavy right. However, like I said, you usually don't see that as much. When you're traveling and you're in a safe airspace, you let the attack airframe in the back. Because, why should it be in front? There's no reason.
Regarding this formation flying, I don't have any questions. I have a question about something else, but not this stuff.
You wanna shoot it anyways?
If that's cool. So, I know coming when we kick off with the demonstration, and this isn't meant for Major, but I mean, he's welcome to chime in if he has an opinion. But, I know that Donnelly was talking about trying to get more Ranger qualled and stuff like that. If there's ever a mission where the Rangers need to be flown in, how would that look like for 3-cab?
Elaborate a little bit on the question.
So, if the Rangers were to be placed in a position where they were going to be an advanced scouting force or something,
yeah,
and they would need to transport by 3-cab, is there a specific role? I know you talked about the OHs potentially being utilized in the future for something kind of like that. So, I'm just wondering if they would be deployed in a Little Bird or if they would be deployed in a Stallion.
So, since we actually have quite a few Ranger qualified people now, we would actually utilize the Blackhawk Stallion. My plan with the OH was essentially just get 2, or when 3-cab grows and the platoon grows. So we're talking 2 platoons, 3 platoons. Yep. So way in the fucking future.
3 platoons, one day.
One day, in 70 years. No, but yeah, my essential plan with the OHs was to have 2 very skilled pilots, so essentially 2 Chief 2s, maybe even 2 flight leads, grabbing them and putting them in one scouting Little Bird, and just have them do... Stay here, boys. We're gonna still have to do synchronized landings.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, fuck you. Alright.
My ass is numb.
Synchronized landings. Cool. So let's say this is the ground, alright?
Yes.
We're going very hypothetical because this is a very straight ground. Essentially, this would be, I don't know, the Netherlands. Regardless, so essentially what synchronized landings mean is, just like the name suggests, 2 airframes landing at the same time. How this is achieved is essentially by a fuck ton of communications by one or both the airframes, mostly the flight lead. So essentially, you will be telling the rear airframe exactly what you will be doing, and the rear airframe will follow exactly what you say. So when you say slowing speed, let's say we are knots now. We say 50 knots. The rear airframe will follow up with slowing down speed 50 knots, AFM, or something like that. So essentially, you will give him orders. Yeah, essentially, yeah. You just tell him something, he will respond to it and will do the same. It's essentially just it's like a shadow play, You move, or your hand moves, and the shadow moves with it.
Kind of like real steel.
Yeah. So that's essentially how it will go. And there's not much I can show you on the map, but yeah. Any questions on that?
No, that actually makes sense. To really just play by play, and they just copy what you do.
Yeah. All right, then, lastly, landing support. Landing support, I don't think I actually have to draw something on a map. So landing support, the theory or the thought behind landing support or supportive landing, how people actually sometimes call it, is essentially the move of one of the airframes going in for the landing. Meanwhile, the second airframe stays in the sky and becomes essentially an overwatch position. We sadly don't have crew chiefs as of now. Maybe we just joined one of the infantry guys a minute ago. But yeah, if we get crew chiefs, this will be much more effective. But like what it is one airframe, usually the lead airframe, will go in for the quote-unquote kill or a landing essentially, and the second airframe or the rear aircraft will stay and do a loitering maneuver. So if I do that, or if you go on the map, this is the LZ. You have this loitering pattern. We have Mr. L. And airframe R. Essentially what will happen is flight lead will call out rear aircraft, flight lead going in for the kill or going in for the landing. Depends on how cool you want to sound. Then you start to essentially get your orbit closer and go in for the landing. Meanwhile, the rear airframe will stay in the loitering pattern and completely has his eyes open into his loitering pattern. This is just a safety precaution. So if, let's say, stuff that happened in real life, for example, this is in Afghanistan, a town in Afghanistan. You are 2 medevac birds. You have 2 casualties on the ground. You need to get them out. Issue: you are in an urban environment. You have a lot of people, out to kill you and your friend, and a lot of tall buildings where people can go on top of with RPGs and shoot the landing bird. So what you will have then, you will have the rear airframe's minigun essentially just scout out the entire city or the direct proximity of the LZ, and whatever he sees and deems to be an enemy, he will just completely fill with hatred. This is essentially how the whole principle is used and why it's actually, used. And after that is done, the lead airframe will call out, yep, we're good, we're taking off, or dust off. They go back into the loitering pattern. They go in front of the rear airframe, because again, they're the flight lead. And after they're in front of them, and they call out stabilized, the rear airframe will do exactly the same, lands. Meanwhile, the lead airframe will start to cover. Any questions on the theory behind that?
No. So essentially, it's for like single landings. So like one of us goes in, one of them provides security with the miniguns, but it's not necessarily a Apache needed hot zone. You know what I'm saying? And then you take off, fly in front of the rear airframe, then the rear airframe goes in for their landing, and then so on.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that makes sense.
Little SOP stuff, how we are going to utilize both synchronized and singular landings in the unit, or covering landing. The unit will be end and beginning of the mission. Most of the time, we will have a synchronized landing. And at the end of the mission, or not the end, sorry, in the middle of the mission, so normal reinserts, medivacs, evacs, ammunition drops, all of that. We're gonna do. We're gonna do. Covering landings. Unless or the FO specifically tells you that we're not doing that, or or he tells us specifically that he wants us to do a synchronized landing and or blah 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 other way around, we're gonna do what he tells us. But essentially, we're gonna stay with beginning end. We're gonna do synchronized, and in the middle, anything in the middle, we're gonna do covering landing. Any questions?
No, Chief.
Cool. Then get you dumbasses off here, and let's go to the Blackhawks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I understood everything you said, but I'm also recruiting someone, sorry.
Good. Wait, I'm gonna actually get us a vehicle. I can't be fucking moving. I'm walking.
Yeah, no, this guy's new to Arma, and he's looking pretty curiously at us, so we might have a new guy.
Hell yeah. I didn't touch it.
It's part of your training as a walk. It's good SEER training.
Did Mesh already steal one of the healers? Oh no, he's just at the fuel truck. I didn't see him. Oh no! Alright, Stallion 1 going to Stallion 2. What? Other way around. Stallion 1 going to Stallion 1, Stallion 2 you go to Stallion 2. Major, do you mind going with my little walk Minicius? Because I need to actually teach Lancaster how to utilize the healer.
Oh, okay. I get to press buttons.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. No, I'm going out again. Fuck you. I'm in. The door just didn't close. Alright, yeah, what's up?
Look at that third ID patch down by your hands.
Oh yeah.
Ain't that sexy?
What? APU what?
Alright. Navigation system F.
Wait, I don't actually see the switch from here.
Next waypoint.
Ah. APU con is essentially just the
I didn't do it.
How do I say? It's essentially the diversion from the power from the APU into the engines. The APU is named
pull or drag pin.
APU auxiliary power unit. So some aircraft don't need it. Some no, wrong. Some aircraft have it outside, and some have it inside. And an APU is essentially just a small engine within the airframe that essentially just generates a little bit of energy, a little bit of thrust for the engines to.
I'm gonna hold off with starting the engines until they enter their bird.
You utilize it to actually create, electricity to actually start up your batteries and stuff. So that kind of stuff. Second? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yep, exactly. No turn on if you don't have the app.
Black screen of death.
Yeah.
Can you turn it out for me a second? I don't see it. RC is, I'm pretty sure, just the air intake or the air pressure. Essentially, you just, how engines work, or jet engines and turbine engines, you don't want too much air at the very beginning, because then you get something called compressor stall. Very dangerous situation. It's essentially the moment where the engine gets too much force into it from the front, where the compressor unit at the very front gets pushed back, like literally pushed back into the engine. And you know, if you have high-tech rotor blades of titanium, out of titanium clashing at each other, you're gonna have a big fireball in the back. It just essentially just the SCE, it just gives the energy. It just opens up the little port to have the air rush into the engine. Yeah, the fuel boosts are essentially just it's like, all right, you lawn them all. You have you've done like lawn stuff, right? Like mowing the lawn and stuff. Yeah. So essentially, what it is just the little push thingy on the side of the engine where you push in like gas. So that's essentially.
Ooh, forgot my earplugs.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a rotor brake. Where is that?
Sounds so low.
Yeah, it's only an idle mode now.
Oh yeah.
So there's an idle? There's not like a...
Sterling to this function.
Conditions.
You have permission to lift off and practice landing from the runway.
Sterling to competency.
I do have to warn you, can't get this bump jump too early.
check on the infantry side of things. I'm doing good, Deadshot. How about yourself? What you been up to? This is one of the platoons working on looks like convoy security, well, vehicle defense technically after a convoy security halt. What's the other platoon doing? Not quite there yet. Oh yeah, they're there. Digging in.
To be honest, I have no idea.
Scroll wheel down, it says.
Yeah, that's how you flip the switches.
There's so many keys in this thing.
Yeah.
Is this lower console light scroll or drag?
Copy. Copy. Stallion 2 on up shoulder. A firm. Stallion 2 taking off. Good copy, over. Copy. How are you feeling, board Major?
You see me making my little aircraft carrier over here?
Oh yeah, I see this. Copies that feet or meters. Copy. Stallion 1, where are you? I'm currently holding out around the airbase.
First one failed.
Copy, I'll connect you guys soon.
No go. Well, I'm definitely not an Air Force pilot. Thanks, Big Hoss. That's why I have a whole team that just flies. They don't allow me to fly. That's why. Arma. This is Arma. So this is what we call Zeus overlay. So I'm up above everybody. I have a body. It's actually in one of those helicopters back there. But as admin, I have the ability to oversee everybody. And all those dots are a person. So. Right now, we aren't in a mission. We're in our what we call FTX phase field training exercise. So today's objectives is convoy security, building up against a convoy ambush as well. So. You play Arma? Oh, nice. What do you play on console? I think they tried to launch Arma into console once, I think it was Xbox back in the day. Boat or vehicle? Oh, vehicle. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, I play DayZ quite a bit on PC. Car X, what's that? Yeah, that's ton of mods in Arma. And DayZ. Yeah, I do Den. That's what I'm talking to somebody else on right now. So it's just under LaFlash, Twitch TV, twitch.tv/LaFlash. Dad, you hit that follow button on Twitch. I'll give you a peek at the puppy cam. Yeah, that's all we got. I mean, there's you know, we roll with M4s and 249s and 240s. Come in here. Hey, big hoss. There you go. Let me get over to where those guys, my guys, are over here. Show you the weapons they're rolling with. Kind of see there's a javelin, there's a standard M4, ACOG scope. There's an AT4 with a standard M4. 240 Bravo or 249, I should say, with it silenced. So Private Bird isn't an SOP. We don't do silence, we're not special forces. We're just plain infantry. Road 249. Short barrel. Right main. Deadshot, you found me. Good man. Alright. Quick glance at the puppy. Oh, where are you at? Oh, she's right down here. Come here. Come here. Oh, she's leaning over. Oh, you can kind of see her tail. A little bit. Come here. She's playing with her ball. Yes. Come on. Come on. Oh, good girl. Yeah. Have some work to do on the silent saw. That's not on SOP. He's brand new to the unit, so well, we'll get that addressed. Next, yeah, she's only a year and 4 months. And then I have another one right here. Luna, come here. Come here, Luna. Come here, Luna. Good catch. Both are coonhound mixes. So, this one, this puppy is a coonhound black lab mix. Ready? Oh, almost trapped it. And then my other one's 3 years old. Gonna be 4 this spring. Just coonhound mix as well. Ah, nice. Imagine if those two mixed. Good squad formation. This is what we call the wedge. Wedge heavy left. Heavy left just means that the heavier weapon is on the left side, not necessarily that there's more personnel on the left side. As you can see with this, I mean they're technically heavy right? They have more personnel, however, they're not, because they got the bigger weapons on the left side. Left. So fire. Target down. Yeah, both are girls. Where'd you put the ball? Oh my, she put the ball literally right here. Ready? Ready? Good catch. We're learning to catch. Before, like a couple weeks ago, she would just smoke it in the face and then catch it off the ground or take it off the ground. But she just right in the face. Hi. Come on, come over here. Oh, just missed. It's funny. How old? Oh, we're spooling back up. Oh.
Right.
Hey. Other dog's barking at them. I see her. There she is. Bring her over. Garcia in first turn, handling that platoon. That looks like you got Frost and Winters. Don't know what happened there. Did knock him. Good job, kiddo. Where's the ball? It's over there. Where are you two from? Tell you, the platoons know how to PID and take you down, that's for sure. You guys from the United States? Or where are you from? Nice, I'm from Wisconsin, so close to both of you. Where? Ready? Oh, you missed. No, be right back.
Above sea or ground. Copy. Currently 60. Yeah.
Have a good one. That is great.
Hello, I teleported you.
Oh,
They
hey.
want you to walk. Huh?
Only walks walk.
Only walks walk. I was I was getting a screenshot of the student driver.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanna go back and?
No, I got one. I got one.
Oh, you got one. Alright,
Yeah.
cool.
It was just I was just chuckling to myself here.
Can we get those modded in, like a little XML that says like training pilot?
Yeah, not yet. Anyways, alright, cool. So mid-game debrief or mid-game brief. Alright, good, bad, the good, the bad, and the evils. We're gonna start off with a beating for both of you as a singular unit. After that, I'm gonna go into a beating of each and every one of you in a singular person, and then I'm gonna ask you what you thought went wrong, what went good. If you agree with me or if you disagree with me. All right. Okay. All right. Starting off, we have the issue of speed. Lancaster, you noticed it. Nikis, you probably did too. At some points you went too slow. At some points you went too fast. At some points you were kind of weirdly in the middle. We kind of need to straighten that out a bit. Mid course or mid travel. I'm gonna say it that way. We want to stick to at least 70 minimum knots, and maximum is I think 83 or something like that. I think it's the maximum that Ephraim can offer. So we want to keep it in that 10, 13 knot radius. In additional altitude, we had some quite few minor issues with keeping our altitudes symmetric and even across the entire flight. We kind of need to work on that. Again, I'm not blaming you instantly. It's something we need to learn. These airframes are a little tricky to use compared to the RHS models. So we have to do a little bit more training with that. Next point, landing. Landings, flight lead. You need to communicate more with the rear airframe for obvious reasons. We had a situation right there where the flight lead landed a solid 30 to a minute beforehand, which I don't know if my dictionary is wrong, but that's definitely not a synchronized landing. This is an unsynchronized landing. In the world of helicopters and airframes, this would be certain death for units and or airframes. So we want to try to actually iron that one out during this FTX. All right, so that's the singular unit beating. Off to the singular person beating, and starting with the future potentially flight lead, Mr. Lancaster. You already told me what you thought went wrong. I told you you nailed you hammered the nail on the head. I think, I don't know. Can I say it like that? I don't know. It's a German thing.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
Nail on the head. Head of the nail.
So essentially, what you did wrong, or not wrong, what you need to improve on, communications. You were a little slow, given you were very enthusiastically talking to me while we're doing stuff.
Yeah, I was distracted driving.
Yeah, you kind of forgot to actually talk with your, actual flight member.
I'm sorry, Nikias, for mistreating you.
Then your speed and distance calls were a little wacky at points. Like when you look on the map, at this position right here, You told Nikius that you were slowing down to 10 knots and followed up with, I'm going to increase. A very dangerous call because radios are not a very good medium of communications. They're pretty decent, however, they're not good at clear communications.
Yeah.
So let's say we had a little jam in the middle, or you kind of fat-fingered and you lost your key, which we were talking on. The only thing Nikius would have heard is, I am slowing down to 10. Which he probably even did because he landed 1 minute later.
So
which I'm going to blame on you now. Good job,
I did get I underestimated. So that was a pilot error, and then I communicated that pilot error, and then he followed the pilot error.
Yeah, that's actually the next point. You are kind of underestimating certain things, or overestimating. You need to get a grip on, that sounds mean, but you need to get a grip on reality. Again, comes with time, comes with experience. So I'm not going to beat you up for it. However, I'm going to tell you that this is something you actually need to improve on. All right, this is with you, Lancaster. Going over to Nikius. Obviously, you kind of...
Hey, how we doing, Mark? Marky. Sorry, I had to mute them so I can reply without talking over them. How you doing? Welcome to my stream.
Communication-wise, you didn't do actually anything wrong. You did exactly what I was briefing you beforehand. You mimicked exactly what the flight leader was saying. You tried your best doing exactly what he did in a physical motion. But however, you kind of lagged on the points that I just brought up, which you need to improve on. With that being said, though, you guys did great for your first proper formation flight and synchronous landing. I've been in units way back in the day where we did that, and it was way worse. We had situations where one of the pilots landed 7 minutes earlier, or blew up directly on landing. So, in that from that point of view, you guys are a success. So that's good. All right, and then we're gonna go over to the last stage of the mid-game debrief. Is opinions. Did I say anything wrong? Do you agree with me? Do you have anything else that you want to bring up, or do you want to practice on?
I agree. Did have a question. I got a little sidetracked by recruiting stuff. Sorry.
Going good, X. Going good. About to put out a poll. See if I should join the infantry or stay with the pilots.
So I'm just kind of curious. What altitude, like, with my conveying, I should probably keep it to whole numbers, I'm guessing. What's the preferred altitude when traveling? Like, what do you usually like to do? Because I know it's 150 plus, but, like, what's a good medium, you know what I mean?
My preference, that's personally speaking, is 100. 100 gives you a lot of altitude and a lot of room, or 100 meters. So that would be, what, 300 feet? Something like that?
We were at 150 and we were like trimming the trees almost for feet.
Wait a second. I'm actually good. Yeah, okay, so 330 feet is 100 meters. So that's roughly where I want to personally be on, no matter what. Like I said, you can go higher during, if you're not in the AO, like I said, during the traveling. However, we were in the AO, so you can stay
First time doing a poll thing, I just noticed.
So we have a 13 knot correction within a given. So if I say we're going 60, then Nikius has, 13 knot leeway to increase or decrease as needed, right?
Exactly.
So
today they're not working on. Oops, sorry, guys. Today they're not working on any cast. They're working on transport, formation, stuff like that. I noticed. I was playing around with that. A prediction. So it looks like I got a 2-to-1 vote on infantry, so I'll join the infantry. I'll try a prediction thing here quick, and over under on on my first death or knock. Under 5 minutes. Over 5 minutes. Let's run that for 1 minute and see what happens. Time to use prediction for 0 points. That's funny.
Or if you hit attack on your MFD, it'll pull up a GPS and it'll show you like where I am.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's really useful.
I'm gonna try this time with the action mouse keyboard.
Under 5
Alright,
minutes
yeah.
so far.
With that being said, though. Yeah. With that being said, though, we're gonna do one last go. So get in your airframes, get into start up the airframes, and we're gonna have 2 squads of infantry and or 1 squad of infantry in each squad. And we're gonna do fly over to LZ paper.
Alright, let me go over by
We're gonna go to LZ Chinaman. Alright, there's a little bit of information to LZ Chinaman. Very close to objective country road, so careful with AA. So I want at least 250 altitude.
I'll have to wait till they quit moving.
I'm gonna start utilizing them, yeah. Elaborate on that one? Oh, you need to elaborate on that one. Negative D as well. Nathan. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna land, drop off the troops, and then we're gonna fly back to the spawn. And then we're gonna do a debrief. Alright, get in the bus. Yeah, I know. Because I hate you guys.
You can't gamble on Twitch. The squad must have got turned around. We just don't give no fucks. I'll be joining the infantry as soon as they disembark, because I obviously can't jump in their Vicks right now. Probably be jumping in with this half. This looks familiar. What's up, boys?
Major?
How's it coming along?
They are doing just fine. They lost a vehicle in the beginning, but they managed to save them, repair, and continue the mission. Now they're proceeding to objective Highway to Hell, where there's a chemical facility there. They are unsure if there's an ID factory or what. But they're dealing with some mysterious things.
I like it. Probably, as soon as they disembark, I probably jump in and engage some people.
What?
Been spending most of my time with flight this morning, or this afternoon. Checking out those new aircraft, those new birds. Holy crap. I don't even know how to start them.
Like 10, 15 buttons just to start the helicopter.
It's insane.
Here we go. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
What's up, Major? Sir, how's
What's
it going?
Not too bad. Damn near took my head off.
Yeah.
With that raven bird thingy.
Who popped the smoke?
I think someone pressed the smoke button.
Oh, Major.
What's up?
Okay, so Shade, get the
If they didn't know we were here, they do now.
Yeah, they're well aware. That's 100%.
Drone's up. I'm currently looking through its speeds. It needs to be objective.
Roger. Over here.
You're a hell of a digger, York.
But
I pride myself on it.
Hell yeah. It's a hell of an E-tool you got there. Not only is it good for digging trenches and barriers like this, you can use it to take a dump.
That is true.
100%. Yeah, just grab the E-tool. That or an MRE box works just as fine. Place has a lot of water towers. They don't look like water towers.
me check back. I've already put 3 messages up.
I mean, like, there wasn't really a problem yesterday.
There totally is.
Oh, look at that specialist rank on this guy.
I know, right?
He's like so much sexier now.
Yeah.
I know, I do try.
I marked it in group.
All he did was turn that PFC rank upside down and grab a Sharpie. That's all he did.
We got multiple,
He ain't gonna buy new rank. Why would you buy new rank when you could just do that?
Exactly. No one's ever gonna know.
No one will ever know.
Some
Exactly.
type of canopy. So
A little harder on the
it's
cover
got, like,
to do that, but
canopy
you know.
and some stuff underneath it.
Yeah.
I'll call it a bunker then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
also,
change
let
that.
you know, since Shock left S6, I took up the recording for today.
Oh, sweet. I didn't know if he fully left. I know he was talking about it.
Yeah, no, I asked him before step off, and he said that he left it, so...
Alright. Yeah, I'm live streaming right now, so I guess if you got the video, that's cool. This town is pretty quiet. I don't see it.
on our approach, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing there. It's easy to miss things, especially with the thermal update they did.
Alright, over under 5 minutes.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I kind of saw to the east, but I didn't really see anything there.
In the middle of this open field?
But yeah, we're looking at about 13 times infantry in the open in various positions, as well as 1 techie. They're also most of those infantry surrounded. It's basically the bell and that's got all the markings around it. Question, I can see the techie gunner right now. If you want, I can block him. Roger.
Well, I was going to, but you said you didn't want to get in trouble.
fucking digging. Frank's got the right idea.
There we go. I couldn't see anything, so I didn't want to fucking build a trench in the wrong direction. There was trees in the way.
Before, be advised, we are in position. We set up STS. Therefore, if you play,
okay, looks like we got infantry guarding that.
Oh, keep digging it. Fuck.
No, that's just perfect size.
Oh no, it's not.
Perfect. Got this.
I've got a shot, so just
All
waiting
right,
for you
all
to tell me
team
when.
leads, if ever,
No,
that's
the guy in the bunker is the
fifth
one
squad
I'm
is gonna
referring to.
go and see how close they could get. So if they start, if the
Yeah, the patrol, they should be crossing or making a turn at the T intersection now.
No, negative. We are not to fire unless fired upon. Keep eyes on enemy and be prepared to engage when I say.
I've lost sight due to the trees in the way.
Hey, shift over here then. Let's see him. Oh, Reg, you see where
No, what is this fucking trench? Oh my god. You build small trenches. We're fucking over there.
Hey, Sullivan, you weren't fucking. I need you to keep eyes.
I was for the fucking trench then. No,
Yeah.
fuck you are.
We're gonna turn around, give it a moment.
I'll build a trench for you.
Fuck. Don't tell me.
Alright, Alpha weapons 3 on the enemies.
Done with the drone, I take it?
Except for you, Sully.
Team's moving left or right.
Just remain here and look behind him.
This has been so ass.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just building this.
Yeah, I've been rolling 60 frames.
Hey, 264!
Okay, it's just a guy. 2 guys with some supplies under that.
I have no eyes on the other fucking squad on my fucking.
They got one down there inside the building, direct 211.
I can't see them because I have this tablet. And Perez is having fun here. Yeah.
Babel, we got 10 minutes till the next fucking push this shit. Maybe not.
For now, yeah, we're staying for now.
I just got
Have squad 5 somehow get a little bit of fun. We had.
down in the house.
It seems to. I upgraded. It seems to run. I haven't had any lag spikes or issues or anything like that, so.
Just confirming your we're continuing fire case on any contact.
I guess that's a way to cover fire, Sergil.
I'm just making music. I'm bored. I got plenty of ammunition, so I know they're in that direction. I'm just gonna make some music.
All I see is left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down.
No, hey, Perez, come here. Come right here. Come right here.
There's a bird. Pull.
What
do you want me? Hey, Major. Can I use the boom?
I don't know. It's not my mission. What's there to boom at? Well, I have no reason to boom. There's nothing to boom at. Oh fuck! Get us some hard targets, and then yes, the boom could probably come
You're
out.
doing a very good job. Your job is actually very important.
Note, you cannot shoot birds.
Come on, get up.
There's a techie, eyes on 255.
That's my kill.
Maybe you shouldn't shoot things. Save it.
I mean, Sterling, if he's I got mods.
Why are you taking two?
Be advised,
Because mine's down.
Starting's up. Yeah.
Going back to watching my Game Boy.
Babel, can Bravo push a bit further north so we can pass on past these trees? Okay, Bravo, wedge heavy left for me now.
Drone showing every contact outside that building is dead or near
Shade, we need
dead.
to move.
Yep, I'm with you.
This way, Shade.
Let me in!
Hold on.
No.
Need help or not?
Oh, Doc's down.
He's fine.
Back blast clear if you're not moving. Oh, fuck.
I was about to
You down? Ah, shit. Blitz is down. No eyes. Need somebody on Blitz up here.
Alright, give this man CPR and I'll pick it up.
I'll get it. Yep.
Lex wrong.
Fuck.
Do we have a medic here?
Yes, I'm right here.
Right, I need a splint if you find the time. Time is quite thick.
Alright, move.
2 seconds, 1 second.
Target down. He's down. He's down.
I'm
He's
with
down.
you. You want? Okay, I'm on you.
Alright, grabbing Prius. Never mind. Alright, cool. Alright. Shit, man.
back in.
Alright.
This is 5 back on net. I was unconscious.
All right, can you start tourniqueting Blitz?
Yep, getting his legs.
All right, getting his arms.
Okay, I'll work on Blitz.
If I'm not sure if assault is needed, break.
There's still
On
a
the
gas
1
out there.
times bunker marker northwest, there is a chemicals like factory that we secured.
He should be up soon.
Need some saline and CPR on Platoon.
We don't have arms.
I got it.
Okay. Wait, do you have arms?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. I'll start CPR. Tim's
4.
down. 3.
5 down. One needs a lot of liquids. The other one I haven't verified.
He shouldn't be long.
Where are you? Oh,
you're both in the ship. There's your still like down.
Who's the friend that we've borrowed?
Howdy, howdy.
Ah, it's the major himself.
Alright,
33 seconds. All right, actually, I'm gonna work on him now. Oh.
He's
Alright, yeah, we need saline and Blitz here.
Yeah, he's already got saline going into him. Alright, got 30 seconds on his stitch.
Strong heart rate, he should come back up then.
Hey, what's going on? My game is so killing.
15 more seconds on it.
Moving in the front. Cover. Horizon soldier down over there. I can see this person. Come to that window one more time.
And they're all together. We're just waiting on you to, get enough fluid split. So.
One more time.
How are you doing, Major?
Doing well. Waiting for this little SOB to come to this window one more time so I can say hello.
Go. Alright, where are you?
I think I got him. There you go. Popped him right in the face.
Nice.
Very nice. Alright, son, where are we going?
Looks like our target's straight ahead of us here. That building is pretty heavy.
All the squad's gone the other way. Oh, here they are. Alright, let's get ready. Yeah.
Everybody up, 100%?
Make sure you're on 3-1 if you are going to be in command. If not, everybody else will be
I'll stay on until the end of the this objective then. Might as well.
Yeah, me.
3-1, baby.
Otherwise, the transfer to 140 by hold.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Good copy, we're all green now. However, if it is 10 o'clock, I'm going to be disconnecting along with one other. If you can, I'm going to a radio frequency and they'll link to what you want them on.
Is that coming from Flash?
307. Second floor looks like.
Hold on. I'm gonna just try to smoke that way.
That makes sense.
Whoa, what's with that performance? God
They
damn.
just act independently. I'll make sure they go on 3-1 and then they'll be acting as actual. You're acting as wizard actual now. Get on 3-1 additional.
Why is my old stuff
The call in case they're calling for you will be like 5, this is 4, how much like that, because it's fine, okay. Well, Cope and see, I'm going to disconnect. So that's...
Roger.
Roger that. Is that just to our northwest? Alright, we'll go to the southeast and go into the northwest. Roger that.
Yep.
Right behind you. Two. I'm having a bit of a stamina problem.
Copy. Moving up.
This is Wizard. Are you in the brick building? Over.
Yep. I'm going to do self-aid. Hey, whoever's fly through the team needs to get on command and let them know what's going on.
Very good. This is Wizard Actual. We've taken up positions to the southwest and we have commanded view over the NSR leading into the compound. We are watching over while you complete your objectives. Over.
Right. On last mag.
Yeah, hold on, I'll go past you two more. Oh, is that still you, Flash? How you doing?
That is.
Oh yeah, you just give him some magnet if you can. Cool. Flash, you just gonna be rolling with us for a bit?
I'll be jumping between, but yeah, for the most part.
If you're interested, short range is 150.
How many do you want?
That's it. That's good. Thank you.
Cool.
This was his actual half copy, hearing a lot of silence.
Widowmaker 4, Widowmaker 5, this is War Eagle 7. Endex, meet on the T intersection, fucking southeast side of the complex here.
Or copies.
I've got left.
Very good.
It's more like a. There we go.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
I may have committed Grand Theft 84, but.
Ooh, cheeky.
If it's only an 84, that's not far.
Yeah.
I mean,
those are rookie numbers. You got to start setting some Abrams, my sunshine.
I was gonna say, pump that shit up.
Indeed.
I'll go through a pattern next time.
We'll just go through here. This is probably where they have been, so we'll just follow the trail of breadcrumbs. By breadcrumbs, I mean
Ooh, we done.
This is it. So what we can do is UCLs or debrief.
Who brought me back?
Walked onto the party like I was yawking onto a yacht.
Good thing, guys.
Full circle.
All right, gentlemen, gather around. Form a full circle. We'll get this debrief on. So for today's FTX, Staff Sergeant Garcia and I were basically Zeusing for you. Now I'm going to go over objective life as a highway. Basically the first half of the exercise today first, and then I'll hand it over to. Shit, I hate that sound. Hand it over to hand it over to Doc for his debrief on this particular objective, Highway to Hell. So right off the bat, convoy was good. Once you guys got your don't mind Sergeant Shea there. Once you got your convoy squared away, everybody knew which Vic was going which way. You guys were off to a very good start. Now, really did a good job mitigating that IED by the industrial complex, that large T intersection that we used. We train there all the time in a lot of our advanced schools. But anyway, you caught that white van there, and called it up as a potential IED threat. And of course, it did go off. I understand 3rd Vic took some minor damage, but you guys pushed through. So that was good work. I mean, clearing the dismounts on the roadway, techies, and then getting past that IED there. Now, once you got up to or up towards Life as a Highway, there were a couple of issues. I'll start with the ups first off. I thought comms was excellent throughout, both squad comms, convoy comms. Up and down the frequencies, you guys were staying in touch, apprising each other on your fires and maneuvers, and really coordinating very well as a section. It's kind of think of this as an understrength platoon assault exercise in addition to all the convoy work. I thought vehicle defenses were good. You guys got cover up, utilized concealment, protected his VIX, during dismounts pretty well. And then again, I mean, I'm just going to skip ahead here. I thought the platoon assault you conducted here on Highway to Hell was very well done with support, providing the support by fire positions so 5 could move in and assault, through the breach. So that was good shit. Now the downs, the bad side. First of all, when you're taking IDF, mortars, artillery, whatever the case, get off the X, man. It's just a matter of time before you catch one in the face. So, see the writing on the wall, get moving, get off that area, at least 100 meters. Second, you guys need to speed up your movement. When you take wounded, you don't have to stop the entire team, the entire squad. All right, yeah, put a CLS, put Doc on them. Get a little kind of improvised CCP up, get a couple of trenches, the short trenches, or small trenches, I should say. But the rest of the element needs to keep the assault. That's our number one job here. Complete the mission. Finish the objective. We're not going to leave anybody behind. We will be back for the wounded. But we got to take out the guys who are fucking us up to begin with. So kill the enemy, and you'll be amazed how few casualties you take after that. All right? So don't stop because somebody gets dropped. Now, with all that being said, going back to Life as a Highway, you guys got up there, mitigated some IEDs. I know you took one up on the way, disabled a Vic. You got through a few others. Hit that minefield on your way up past the dismount point. Once you guys got out of the Vics and moved up, I thought 4th did really well mitigating that minefield. I noticed Kovic was leading up front. I saw him tense up in Zeus. I could tell he detected a mine, got everybody in a file behind him, and led through. 5th Squad, I think it was Corporal Duck leading along that roadway just to the east. I don't know if 5th had mine detectors, but that's her SOP. fire team leaders, certainly, and then squad leaders as well should have mine detectors on your person. So that way, when you're leading the rest of your team or your squad through a dangerous situation like that, you can tell what's what in front of you. All right, so keep that in mind going forward. Up on the objective, you guys did well. You set up really well. I think the AI kicked it off, basically a few moments before you were ready to initiate. So, I wouldn't say you lost the element of surprise, but, you made quick work of them either way. Set up a very effective blocking position that stopped a number of vehicles as well as some dismounts that were trying to maneuver on your position there. So it was good work all around. I gave you the strong points, the weak points to work on. One thing regarding the ambushes, that's another reason why you get off the X, whether you're, in a convoy or you're taking mortars, check Battle Drill 4, react to ambush near. All right, you guys should read up on that. It's in the infantry platoon and squad handbook. Basically, the element in contact, if you get pinned down, get fixed, get disabled, keep up your suppressive fires on that ambushing element, the enemy side. But everyone else, they need to get out of there, get out of the kill zone, set up another position somewhere, basically off the X again, and then they can maneuver in and support the, the element that got hit originally. So there's a whole procedure to it. It's not rocket science, but it's worth studying up and being familiar with when the shit hits the fan, because this is going to be a big problem where we're going. You guys heard today we're going to Turkey. They're dealing with all kinds of shit over there. Kurdish militants, ISIS on the border, Al-Qaeda's, basically trying to get reestablished there. So it's a lot of that counterinsurgency type shit, and you guys need to be ready for the threats that we're going to face here. So take those ambushes very seriously. But all in all, I thought it was good work. So with that, let me hand it over to Staff Sergeant Garcia here so we can debrief you on the second objective here.
Thank you, First Sergeant. At First Sergeant summarized very well some of the parts here on Objective Highway to Hell. You guys dismounted, did a very good plan there on the map. Fourth Squad established a support by fire position on the northeast side of the town, and then Fifth Squad moved, kind of circling around here towards the southeast side of the town. So most of the time you guys were undetected. That was very good movement there. I think the patrol actually only saw you guys when you were very close to the objective. So that was very well done. You cleared the southeast side and then proceeded to the main objective. There you guys took heavy contact. There was like maybe 2 squad size elements inside the warehouse when you find that very mysterious rock in there. And then at Dishka.
Bad news on the dog cam, they're dead. There's no dogs down here. They all went upstairs next to my wife. See where I rank.
They sent a whole squad there, and then you guys managed to clear everything, destroy the Dishka, and clear that brick house that contained a squad-size element inside it. So medical and medical related, I think it was very well done. You guys, cleared everything and then proceeded to carry the wounded soldiers inside houses. That's the perfect spot for a CCP inside towns, never in the open field. So good job on the medics or CLSs, and basically every soldier that conducted medical today was very on point. Yeah, that's about it for me, First Sergeant. I think they did very well in this objective.
Roger that, Staff Sergeant. I appreciate it. Now, let me open up to the squad leads. Any feedback from our leaders here? I know Corporal Duck had to duck a, no pun intended, a little early. Anything from you, Staff Sergeant Babel?
My guess here, First Sergeant, is that I guess we just have to make sure to keep it on the go. In terms of at least my squad alone, I did see that when the first squad or the first fire team gets contact, second squad, especially when men are down on the first fire team, I had to somehow instruct second fire team to move and maneuver. But then again, Bravo fire team is practically new, and therefore we're still kind of forming up on how we usually work side by side together with both fire teams. But we got a gist of that today. And one more thing is basically with the mortars. So I did see that a little CCP was put up earlier. We had a few mortar rounds, and I still saw people not moving away from that CCP. So I guess just, movement is the biggest not moving at all is the biggest threat that we faced here today, and that's something that we'll definitely work on.
Roger that, Staff Sergeant. I appreciate those observations. Like Major said earlier today at ceremony, basically this FTX is to get you guys, meshed, gelled together as a, I hate to use the metaphor organism. I mean, we're not some frickin' animal, but, we should be a tight-knit team ready to just flow, just to be fluid through every objective, shooting, moving, communicating, keeping the momentum going. That's the thing. Once you get the momentum going, you don't want to give it up, all right? That's not to say you go running into dangerous situations blindly, but at the same time, we're here to close with and destroy the enemy. That's the name of our game, whether, you're talking, any of the technical shit or medical, at the end of the day here, we're going to close with and destroy the enemy. So keep up the momentum. It'll, do yourselves a lot of good in the field, and also it bring us that much closer to the overarching objectives, whether you're talking platoon or company or whatever. So, there's a lot of strengths here to build upon. Just take this next couple of months and, keep polishing what's going good and really improve upon what you need to work out. But, yeah, mission accomplished today. You hit both objectives with a lot of violence and fury and, all major sub-objectives were completed at that. So it was very well done today, gentlemen. All right. That's all I got. So let me ask, Major Flash, anything from you before we dismiss?
No, I split my time between 3 cab, the other half of the platoon, and then here as well today. Outstanding job on shoot maneuver. Nothing to any pros and cons were already covered. So do note that this is the last week of team-led training. We're moving on next week. Would be week 6 of moving into squad level, so a little higher echelon and a little bit more combat as we continue to progress to our platoon element, our platoon phase, which, as we stated this morning or earlier today, is really getting into more similar things than what we do in an operational mission style. So other than that, I mean, we're only going to keep progressing, so keep it up.
What? Ooh. All right, with that, you are all dismissed. Good work, gentlemen. Make sure you report in, vote today if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time.
Outstanding.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a Steam notification. I got messaged a few times. Outstanding. Let me go
Sorry, I was just going to say, 5th squad, come over here. We'll just do a little bit of personal debrief.
Copy that.
Yeah, boys.
Alright, Alpha, so let's get the fuck out of
It's
here.
mine now.
Where? Sorry?
So pretty much for those calls, those are the ones that I made because I knew that we were 2 per vehicle, and at the same time, I didn't want to just leave a vehicle unattended up in the front while we dismount dudes and put them in other vehicles to bring them back around to the other side. So I just had vehicles break off, go back to it when it was a confirmed IED. And I mean, I think we handled it pretty well, but like, I don't like leaving vehicles just in the middle of fucking nowhere, especially when we don't have anybody to cover it, because that shit, to me personally, just doesn't make sense.
Yep.
But that's why I did all that I did. That's why that.
All right. As long as your actions are justifiable and make sense, that's all good to me. I'm just, going through the textbook way of doing things, I guess, right? So next thing, right? With the Bradley, I already talked to your Bradley driver, which was Donnelly. When that Hind appeared, and especially those D-72s appeared, with the Bradley, you have capabilities of dealing with those threats very effectively. You have the 30mm, you have the sneaking rockets, I believe, or wire-guided.
Yeah, we have
Somebody
toes,
confirm?
toes,
Yeah, that was
25mm and a 240.
Yeah. Yeah, but that 30 mic might have been utilized, and it didn't fire at me once, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that was. I was more focused on just keeping the convoy rolling and trying to get out of the kill zone and getting what I need to take it down.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong there. Stopping and getting your anti-air specialist up to destroy it, not a problem there. It's just, hey, we're starting to incorporate these Bradleys, so we just have to remember that, hey, I have a fucking Bradley that is pretty much a fuck you to everything that enemies throw at us, so we can utilize it to do that, right? Other than that, again, everything went pretty well right after guys kind of got into the motions and got your shit together. So I'm happy what I saw. Frost, anything to add?
Not really.
Okay. Well, in that case, that is it for Red Phase, and that is it for this week. Next week, we're getting into Yellow Phase, which will be more squad focused. So that'll be a little bit different. Kind of the same idea, but again, a little bit different because we're going to be focusing more on squads. Right. So you guys are dismissed. Go and have your own after action fucking debriefs in your TS. Don't forget to vote, and most importantly, don't forget to reward in so you know AWOL on the website.
Track down your battle buddies that are.
Did I get everybody to go to Spartans for just 2 seconds since we were all in this shit together? Hello, Major.
Hello.
Major, sir.
Yes.
Stop wasting our fucking smokes. Shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Major, sir, how do you think they went?
Good. Yeah, overall, I got to jump between everybody, I thought, today, and overall, I was very impressed with how fast both teams, both squad sides of the platoon, were able to PID and identify where targets coming from. That was pretty impressive today. So, let's go have our debrief.
Yeah, Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let's go. Let's hop on TS and go to company.
Major. Whoa. All right. Well, thanks for everybody that stopped in, said hello. Thanks for the subscribe and follow there, Deadshot and Mikey, and yeah, thanks for everybody that stopped in and said hello. Big Hoss. All right, talk to you guys next time.